Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Today I want to talk about Columbus because today, the day I'm recording this, the day before you're seeing this, is Columbus Day. What's wrong with celebrating Columbus Day? In fact, there is a big Columbus Day parade right now. Well, it's probably over by now. This is late afternoon, but there was a parade this morning in my former abode of New York City. It's a big event, happens every year on Columbus Day. And I'm sure there are other celebrations all over the country. I hope in Columbus, Ohio, that they're celebrating Columbus Day. What I want to get to, though, today is there seems to be a feeling among a lot of our friends on the left that there is something wrong with celebrating Columbus Day, that there is something wrong with Columbus, which I think is their way of saying that there is something wrong with America, which to me, this is a bigger point. I'll probably talk more about this some other time, but they seem to hate our history. They think it would be better if America had never been born, that the land had never been discovered or rediscovered by Columbus, because as we all know today, it was a Scandinavian explorer, Leif Erikson, who discovered the continent first. But I just want to defend Christopher Columbus today on Columbus Day, because he gets blamed for everything that has happened in our history since Columbus rediscovered America. That is just wrong, it's nonsense, and I just want to defend him and just give a little historical background. Beginning with, Columbus was not setting out to, he wasn't a conqueror at all. He was an explorer. He wasn't a trader. He wasn't looking to conquer a new land. He wasn't looking for a new land at all. The history of why Columbus sailed the ocean blue, as I learned way back in elementary school, I don't know what they're teaching kids these days, the reason that Columbus sailed west to get to the east was because the route east to India to trade for spices was closed. Or if not closed, it was much more dangerous. That land between the Europeans and the Indians was controlled by the Mongols. The Mongols controlled that land for hundreds of years. But then the Islamic conquest conquered Constantinople. Constantinople fell in 1453. Constantinople, everybody probably knows, it's now Istanbul today, present-day Istanbul, but it was Constantinople. It was conquered in 1453, and once that route was closed, a new route had to be found. Columbus's idea was to sail in the other direction, and by the way, just to dispel a myth, the world or the learned classes did not think the world was flat in those days. They knew by then that the world was round. It was simply a matter of Columbus getting backing. He ended up finally in Spain, and this is an interesting story too. He went to Queen Isabella of Spain, and he requested backing for his attempt to sail west to end up in the east. She turned him down, and he was on his way out of Spain without the backing when King Ferdinand had a change of mind, or King Ferdinand spoke to Queen Isabella and changed her mind. A messenger was sent out and caught up with Columbus as he was about to leave Spain. Had Queen Isabella not changed her mind, had that messenger been a little bit slower, history could have been different. But one thing that would not have been different, I guess, it's a matter of geography that our liberal friends don't know. Even though there are 50 states, they don't know how large America is. Apparently, they believe that America, this continent, they must think it's a little pinprick on the globe. That if Columbus had not bumped into America, no one would have found it. because America is so small that, you know, you blink and you'll miss America. You'll miss the whole continent. I guess that's what Columbus is guilty of. Now, if you're sane, then you believe that, or you understand that somebody would have found America sooner or later. So he's blameless on that. Now, I guess I could go on about a little more history, what happened after Columbus, but the main point I just want to get to today is that, well, I guess the big point is that the founding of America is, at the end of the day, a good thing. Okay? I love this country. I love its history. Unfortunately, a lot of our friends do not, and I don't understand what their point is. Would they rather that they didn't exist, that they were never born, that there was no America, that this was still just I'll use the word, a savage land, just a wild, savage land? They think that would be better. I've said this in the past. I am just really puzzled, and I'm really disappointed that the past is the past. I don't understand why they expect people who lived hundreds. I mean, that's what history is. It's an advance from our early beginnings and slightly smarter monkeys to what we are today, and the advance from being cavemen to our advanced civilization today, onward and upward. I don't know why they expect that people who lived in the past should have been as advanced as people today. I mean, that's what history is all about, and that's what happens as we become more advanced and more enlightened and more intelligent. It just seems that they, I guess it's all part of their idea of getting rid of fossil fuels and living on the land and just getting power from the sun. I suppose that's a bigger point. Whenever I do a vlog, I start on a small specific subject and I try to relate it to a bigger point. I think they don't like civilization at all. To me, it's just almost self-evident that they don't like the advances that we've made. They would rather that we were just eating nuts and berries and living on the ground, warming ourselves by a fire, and maybe even that's too advanced for them. So I'm just going to end here, as I feel myself starting to ramble, as I often do. But once I get started, it's hard to stop, but I'm going to stop. So thumbs up if you like this video, and if you think it's an interesting video, you might want to share it with some people. You can also put any comments you might have in the comment section below the video. You can subscribe to the video, and then you would be able just to carry yourself proudly to say that you're a subscriber to my vlogs. And finally, come back and see me again. I'll look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do, bye.